Good evening, and thank you for your effort that you came tonight. I am touched because for us it's a big event. Forgive me my English. English is the fourth language that I have to learn on my own, and I'm going to try to do my best. I am a reenactor, World War II reenactor, and with other my friends, and especially my commander, Ed Rajowski, we go places, and what we do, this is what we do. We look like soldier from World War II. We wear whatever the soldier were wearing, and we act and using same weapon close as possible with everywhere what we can afford it and have it. This is all private collection here. This is nothing from museum, and this is what we do. Today, actually tonight, it's we as 5th Kutrzeba Infantry Division would love to show you incredible, the biggest battle in September 1939 when Germany attacked Poland. So short history, it's beginning right now. As many of you know that September 1st, 1939, war start. On the background of the picture is a newspaper from that time in Polish language, which is saying shortly that Germany, without any warning signals, attack Poland in the most brutal way how they did it. Here on this picture we see some numbers of army or airplanes or cannons, tanks compared to each other. Poland, as you clearly see, was on the map actually only approximately 20 years after 123 years to be under other occupation. So it was a relatively very young country without any businesses, without industry, without own army, money, everything we have to start together, and other countries build up own businesses and industrial power and army very fast. So Germany has the biggest right now in this moment, and our ally, Great Britain and France, also huge army. And behind Poland on the east side, it's hidden our former enemy, Soviet Union. So September 1st, Germany attacked us very brutal way, and village after village was destroyed, bombed, or burned down very actually fast way. This picture shows that Germany actually attacked us from almost every direction except not where is the Soviet Union, which is on your right side on a screen. And every army of German power was going straight to Warsaw. And after that, here is the place where the battle actually happened between September 9th to September 19th. And just watch the date, which is in the corner, and watch how Germany fast taking over our country. And Battle of Bzura will be happen right here. Look at the pocket. Germany all goes to the war, so they forgot about this pocket. Here was the battle, and from this side you see Soviet Union, September 17th, attack us, and so it was 2 against 2. One small country, not very well equipped, and actually little more than a month, you watch the date over there, it was all over. Then they actually divide all territory between them, and Poland disappear from map. About the battle, here is like chart how many soldiers was on a Polish side in this territory, where is Bzura River, and of course Germans. You can clearly see their difference is huge. However, battle stand approximately 10 days, was bloody, and no matter how many Germans tanks was over there or airplanes, Polish soldier fought extremely bravely. This is Bzura River today. This is how Bzura River look like today. Of course, that's just one picture, one tiny fragment. Let's go back 80 years, little more than 80 years, 83 exactly. This is General Tadeusz Kutrzeba, who was the best over there in that time. Just happened that his army, which was called Poznań, actually see the opportunity that German soldiers were running very fast towards Warsaw, and left his army untouched. So he decided he has to do something about it, not just wait to be taken to the POW camp. So he prepared his own army, tried to relocate it where is the weak point of a German army, and also move his infantry on positions, prepare all cannons against 2 German tanks. He prepared also supply, which was of course food and ammunition, extra ammunition and everything else what army needs. And when soldiers was getting on position and support with heavy machine guns, and also artillery was put in right place. In this moment, the picture is specifically small, because when I search all those pictures what I collected in home, I figured out that next picture that probably those cannons were right there. Take a look. Okay, one more time. Take a look. It looks like to me, I don't try to do any documents to you. I don't try to teach you and convince you I'm right. Let's say that thing happened right there, where we can touch the history and let our imagination be open. So the battle begin. Artillery start pounding Germans, which they were not expecting nothing. And here we got another picture with cannons with 37 millimeters, and those they were armor piercing very easy. And here we got very nice painting where armored vehicles were burning one by one, so Polish units can move forward to take another towns or villages and put pressure on Germans and chase them out. Here we see fantastic charge of Polish Uhlans. So this is actually in front of me right here, saddle from Poland with the lance and sable over there, and I am today dressed as one of those soldiers which is driving on a horse. Of course, and beginning is incredible success, and where Germans try to counterattack, Polish soldier fixed bayonets on rifles, and German soldier never took the chance, they run away because they could not fight that bravely as a Polish soldier. This incredible picture tells you all those details. Of course, other units, when they attack and burn German tanks, what you can see on the background, quickly jump on the horses, change position, run someplace else. And those who run, they chase them on the horses, and having a saber in hands, they keep cutting and killing them as well. And here the picture of the first prisoners, what they took it, and you can see those happy faces. They're supposed to be in Warsaw as a winner of the war game, but they are now prisoners. And here it's very interesting picture, German soldier which is standing and is actually watching what happened to his supply trucks and everything else what was going towards Warsaw. Everything is destroyed. I'm saying it's there because right on this moment you can see this picture right there, ammo boxes. And you're gonna see that ammo box right here, it's standing on a table. It's German ammo box. And you're gonna see, so this is how I can say this is a German supply line broken in pieces by a Polish army. But war is war. Not always is that easy. And during fighting, when you throw punches, you may get punches back, and this what start happen. No matter how bravely soldiers were fighting and pushing back German army, Germans figured out, hey, we have to do something about it. And right away, they call other units, stop from marching on Warsaw, turn back, go over there and do something about there is some huge unit Polish army over there. And of course, Bzura River, it's not that deep, and all units actually may go very easy. Here we see the German tanks which goes through the river. Probably it's maybe same spot, I'm not sure, very similar, and they go through very easy straight to the battle. Polish soldier has to walk wet all the way up to waist, and holding ammunition and rifles far away from water. And that time, when he walked on the other side of the river, the uniform is heavy because it's wet, boots are heavy because full of water, but they don't give up. And in this moment, I also combined two pictures. This is picture documentary. This is combined with today Bzura River, and I think that was right here. Whoever took that picture, probably he took it because had reason, and I realized that probably happened that thing in past. That's right, somebody took the picture later. And of course, when, as you see far away, right there, German tanks attack. Here is position. Germans take position to shoot on a Polish army. They don't take any chances. They jump on the horses and run through and try to break the enemy lines. And together with infantry or on horses, they were fighting, getting back village after village. When Germans, of course, having more soldiers, they were also winning and taking over some villages. And more tanks were coming to the battlefield. More and more cannons, heavy cannons, 105 millimeters right here, what we see, were Germans brought to the battlefield and start shooting on Polish positions. And of course, On that day, Polish airplanes did not exist anymore. They were all destroyed. So Germans brought own airplanes. And of course, very easy, they're flying over the battlefield. And this is the picture which shows you how that battlefield look like today. So we have tiny village, we have a little bit of the river visible on right side, and this is documentary picture from wartime in similar place. Bombs everywhere. Can you imagine you can hide somewhere over there? There is no place to hide. It's flat terrain, and during explosions, soldiers has to run, sometimes for safety, sometimes to get another position, or continue to fight, because if you stay on a position, you're gonna be bombed and died. So when there's no place to hide during explosion, of course equipment, Polish equipment was destroyed, which this picture shows very clearly. And no matter how brave Polish soldier was fighting, finally General Kutrzeba make decision, we have to keep moving back towards Campinos forest, and through Campinos forest go to the Warsaw and help them to fight and defend the city. So whoever could move back towards Campinos forest. Actually, artillery had just few rounds to shoot against the enemy. So this is absolutely not enough for even one meeting with German tanks. Same thing with heavy artillery. They were putting like last rounds to the barrel. And Germans they were getting in the numbers more and more, and taking over another village, taking over another towns. And more tanks were pouring to the battlefield. As you see, this is not a very big and heavy tank. It's the caliber, it's probably 37 millimeters, which is, okay, means something, but mostly those light and fast driving tanks, German tanks, were equipped with machine guns. So from first success, and many actually successes, Polish soldier achieved with almost every attack. Now Polish soldier is fighting as defense, ready to defend and stay his own ground. But what you're gonna do when more and more tanks are coming? You can see that horse laying down on your left. Then more units on motorcycles, on trucks, and more tanks. And actually last round, last shoot, and boom, German tank is destroyed, it's damaged. But that doesn't mean they're gonna stop. Germans taking one of the biggest towns over there, and even if the bridges were collapsed and damaged, Germans built own bridges so army can move fast and with effect. Here is picture the same bridge from other side of the river, and here I combine that same picture with today's modern picture. Take a look. The blue line, that's a new bridge which is standing over there. Once again, that's a 1939. This is today with the touch of 1939. You can see still the same line of the bridge and the, let's say, leftovers bridge which was destroyed that time. Since Germany got a little bit I will say victory, they start to take pictures of themselves. Here is village Solca Wielka, and they also name it that thing one way or another. So once again, against 2 tanks, as you see, it is not heavy tank, it's just with a machine gun, but was fast and was killing machine. Soldier was going back and forth through the swamps, through the river, and actually running out of ammunition. Every heavy equipment without horses, nobody can pull it. As you see, there is no road, there is just sand, because the terrain over there is very sandy. So heavy equipment without any ammunition is useless. So they just actually leave it just like that. And Germans take advance on Polish unit with more and more airplanes. Total, I read in the books, was approximately 240 airplanes flying on actually clear skies and taking advantage on Polish army. Here is picture which shows 40 millimeters anti-aircraft cannon, which was built in Poland based on Bofort's license from Sweden. It was such a good, at that time, cannon that Polish army decided to also sell those cannons to other countries to make money on it. And there was actually end up with this, that Polish army did not have enough anti-aircraft cannons to shoot German airplanes. And here is one actually useless because ran also without ammunition. Germans brought more heavy guns, which, as you can see, they can shoot like 5 kilometers far away from battlefield, because the shell is going to fly that far, and in safe position nothing going to happen. So on roads where the Polish army was retreating, it was dead everywhere. You can see clearly killed Polish soldier. Damaged equipment and horses standing, and of course first prisoners. Someone from German army took that picture and says, I don't know what it says the first word, but the second says Poland, which means Poland in English. So Polish soldier now is on a run constantly towards Campinos forest, and on the blue skies, just airplanes bombing. You can see on the nose of the airplane right here, there is usually one gunner sitting over there, and this is him sitting on the front of the bomber with a machine gun, and whatever he sees on the bottom in front of him, he can shoot. And of course, when you shoot, you kill whoever is on your way. Kids, civilians, and of course Germans took many civilians as POWs because they were worried they're gonna sympathize with Polish army and help them with the food or shelter, or even help them who is wounded. And soon after they end up just like that. And Germans were pretty good with this. And building very fast bridges, they bring more and more heavy equipment where there was no time for big bridge. You can see just one by one soldier walking, and engineers standing in the water. They still finishing building that tiny bridge. I have no idea how to say it in English, forgive me. And so attack can be done. Here it's walking through the swamp with machine gun. At such a machine gun, it's standing right here on a table. You can see it. This is MG34. And I'm assuming that swamp maybe was here from today's picture. And another picture of Polish POWs, soldiers, and German write it down, Poland, which means Poland in English. So finally, Polish army got to the in pieces, mixed all units, mixed all together. They got it finally to the forest, Campinos forest. This map shows actually all three phases of the battle. First, that's the first few days when Polish army attacked on German position and pushed them from here all the way up to here. It was incredible success. Then do something like mixing positions here and here, because many units come from Warsaw, even from north and even from west, and start pushing on Polish units. And finally, they got pushed all the way west from Campinos forest. This is Campinos forest. And to be almost in circle, they finally break through and still fighting in Campinos forest with smaller units, Germans, because they knew they're gonna go towards Warsaw. Warsaw is somewhere over here on the map, as this sign says. So, but they made it to Warsaw and actually joined other units in Warsaw to defend almost to the end of the September. So September 19, battle is over. Now take a look at that sad thing. General Kutrzeba did incredible actually achievement in his plan, because Polish army lost almost all equipment. Many thousands died, was wounded or was captured. But what happened, for that many days Germany stopped attacking Warsaw, give us time to relocate units, other soldiers, evacuate Polish government and also other generals all the way to London and continue fight from there. Here we see lost equipment, heavy cannon lost somewhere in a forest, probably without gasoline, and of course probably without ammunition. Here is in a ditch next to road, and German soldiers are standing and watching what kind of huge cannon was shooting on them a few days ago. Here we see Germans try to push from muddy place wagon with horses to save some equipment, which was maybe food, I'm assuming. Here they examine Polish 75mm cannon, which was shooting on them also a few days ago. And here, I'm sorry, and oops. I lost one picture. And here on this, you can see 3 bullets. When they shooting, that was that close, some rifle or machine gun was shooting and left those 3 marks right here. And here more and more equipment and more dead bodies, and German soldiers actually walking and like guarding this place. Here we see more dead horses. Especially this picture is heartbreaking, because German column of cars and motorcycles are driving by. Next to him is laying dead horse, which is still tangled to the wagon, and one horse is still survive, probably not eating for 2 days or more, and watching, hey, how about me? What are you gonna do with me? And horses had no choice to be in a war. Here is another very sad picture, and I'm gonna go back one more time. That road was loaded with broken equipment that Germans actually drive on the side through the fields because they had no time to push that thing, everything on the side, as you see more and more that horses. And here, look at how many branches from trees, from explosions, everything shut down, and more equipment close to the forest, Campinos forest, and one more. And here is road when Germans push everything on the side after battle, and is combined modern picture with the picture from 1939. Dead bodies in the ditch. Souvenir, Polish light tank and young German soldier taking picture. Here is German heavy cannon which got direct hit right to the barrel, and probably that's what happened. That's why the barrel is like explode and destroyed, and German officer is inspecting that thing. Here is Polish light tank with cannon 20 millimeters destroyed and laying down in a ditch next to road. Germans also had train equipped with cannons. Here we see it's after battle, soldiers resting, rifles are putting in specific order. This, I have no idea, that's a Polish truck or German truck. It's so badly destroyed. One horse is laying down in a swamp right here. Cannon in a swamp, almost half. No one can pull that thing out. There is no manpower, and two horses actually without anybody that's waiting, don't know what to do. And here is river, Bzura River, as you see, full with equipment. They left it because it was too heavy, or maybe we don't need anymore, or maybe there was nothing to take it. Just leave it and run for your life. Here is on purpose a small picture, because when I combine the old picture where the battle was and somebody took it, the new picture, this is how they look like today, with the touch of history. And one more, and one more. Then and today. And then and today. And you see on your left bridge, which is specific construction. We're going to get back to the bridge in a moment. Many thousands get to the POW camps, and they just actually took them on foot, and they stay over there to the end of the war. As you see on the center, it's a soldier who is carrying canteen. Probably he's going to keep it that thing to the last day of the war. The canteen right here is laying down on a table. Not the same, but exactly same look like, because every soldier was carrying. This soldier, it's having bread bag. Bread bag like that is laying down on a table right here. And that bread bag, you can tell, it's flat, it's empty. There is nothing to eat over there. Here you can see faces. Just look the cheekbones. There is no meat on a face. After 10 days, constantly in fight, run, march, fight, run, and they lost so much weight, and the tiredness you can see on their faces. And there is more column, more soldiers, and they're here waiting what's going to happen to them. And once again, they stay there to the end of the war. So at the beginning I show you what was the strength compared to armies. Here, what's the casualties. So those numbers are saying Of course, I don't try to document it. There was 7 people more or 20 less. That don't means nothing. This what means that once again, General Kutrzeba was bravely stopping attack on Warsaw, capital of Poland, and give German army really hard time for many days. And that was the biggest his achievement. Here is the bridge what I just told you a moment ago, and Bzura River underneath, and 2 wheels as monument, as symbol. They are stuck in the river, but actually they are outside and means something. This is a similar picture, and those 2 wheels are right there. You can see it. And some monuments and specific words saying what happened here 83 years ago. Hitler said the Battle of Bzura River in 1939 gave him more headache and more nerves than whole campaign in 1940 when he attacked Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg and France together, where France collapsed and surrendered after 2 weeks of fighting. Can you imagine? And Poland, such a small army, fight alone against the 2 more than 1 month. So that was the Bzura River that time. This is today. Take a look on the battlefield from airplane. See the zigzag? That's a field, farmer's field. There was trenches over there. There was soldier hiding over there. See those 2 circles? Of course, the terrain now is flat, ready to use, but the ground from above always look different. That's archaeology, so we can see what happened in the past. Here you can see still wounds in a forest. Here you can see what people can find over there. This is like grave for soldiers. I don't see any bones, but soldier, that means his equipment and rifle whatsoever. Here it's other equipment, it's gas mask, and it's also flashlight. That's a flashlight right here, which you're gonna find on the table on the center right there. Here you can see fork and spoon. You can see similar right here on the table later. Here is close-up of different flashlight where you can see half the opening where is the light bulb, it's slided. That's with the slides and the color slides on the flashlight you're gonna see over there, you can touch it and play with this. This metal twisted from inside out means that helmet was penetrated by bullet or shrapnel from inside and go outside. Incredible death. And some more German helmets and equipment. Pounds of pounds ammunition. It looks like they're never used because they are still attached with the 5 pieces. 5. And you can see that thing over there somewhere on a table, because each Mauser was loaded with the 5 from the top. And here you can see mass, which actually somebody put it ammo belt from Polish heavy machine gun. But this, it's right here. Take a look. Standing. And helmets from Polish infantry. And here probably Polish officer died who was fighting on a horse. Why? Because that's the same helmet as here, and only cavalry use such helmets. Infantry use different helmets. And why I'm saying officer? Because a regular soldier had sable just like on a saddle right here, and the officer got a little bit different, as you can see about this shape. In museum in town Sohachev, there is some nice exhibit over there, cannons, bicycles, uniforms, equipment, and also barely visible rifle. Polish army issue rifle which was same caliber, 8 millimeters, but huge shell, huge amount of gunpowder, and that thing when shoots actually puncture every German tank on that time. But they give it to soldiers in the last minute when war started. They're not sure what to do, how to exactly and effectively use. They saw just simple rifle with a longer barrel. They don't trust that that's gonna way to kill or damage German tank, but actually it was very effective. And some books, and including even a post stamp about General Kutrzeba. Thank you very much for coming, and your effort that you came here make me very happy. Now will be time to come over here, take a look closer, ask questions, or even some of those items, touch it.
Thank you.
Thank you.